All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lifewave Success Team Zoom. It is Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month, and it is July 4th, Independence Day in the United States of America. And I think that's why our American friends are not on the call tonight, but we will have a recording out and we will get it to them. So again, my name is Pete Redicup. I'm real blessed to be back in Canada, and I've got my fiance Hanna down in the Philippines. We're usually in Playa del Carmen with Peter Langelaar there, and now we're all in separate parts of the world. But beautiful day in Canada, not so hot as in Playa del Carmen, but we've got lots of exciting things to share tonight, and I want to jump right into it. I want to just thank my sponsor, Jacobson. He's not going to be on the call too much with us tonight. He's jet lagged. He's just been flying. He's been all over the United States. He just got back to Puerto Rico and a little jet lagged and under the weather. So, Kai, you're under no obligation to stay, but if you want to share a couple of words, I would welcome you to do so. If not, that's good too. I'll just resume the webinar here. Kai, your call.
Thanks, Pete. My voice is a little cracky and scratchy, but welcome everyone. It's great to see you, Lois. I really enjoyed our conversation. I'm glad you could make it tonight. And Pete, it's been a long time since I got to see you over there in Mexico. I love that arrowhead that you're wearing. So, you know, I'm thinking about the you got the patch on too.
Glutathione going.
And some Lemuria, is that Lemuria for Bluestone? Oh,
yeah.
There's Karl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
No, it comes from one place in the world.
Yeah, it's a blue stone. It's beautiful.
No, they call it also dolphin stone.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm thinking about the 4th of July. I live here in America and Independence Day, and I was just thinking, what I love about network marketing. I mean, we're really talking about testimonies and the product. It's great. But I love the network marketing. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted because I am letting people into the call as we talk. I love the freedom that network marketing, being in business for yourself, but not by yourself. I just love, I've owned some companies, and I love that they make the products. They've invented some incredible, unique products that are patents. You can't get them anywhere else in the world. They can only get them from us, these patches that work on photobiomodulation, where basically they send signals to the receptors in your body to do things that your body doesn't do as well as it gets older. I just love that it turns the switches on in our bodies, and that they ship all the products to everybody. They answer the phones. They've been in business for 18 years, and they've never missed paying a paycheck ever in those 18 years. And that during the COVID, the whole, whatever that was, lockdown and everything, our business has almost 5 times itself in the last 3 years. And so even during these hard times with an 18-year-old company, we're in a massive expansion and growth. So something's going right. And I love that they take care of all the bookkeeping. Like I have a very big network of a couple 100,000 people at this point, and I get a little percentage from some of the sales, a lot of the sales, just a small percentage. It's a very fair system that's like the same for everybody, and it allows us to live a life of freedom and be able to generate whatever kind of income we want, whether we want just to get our product free, or just try to make a little extra money, make a livelihood, or even make a lot if you really want to put a lot of effort into it. So it's just a very expansive pay plan that lets you leverage beyond what you can do with your own hours. I mean, you can take it really as far as you want. And I love the freedom. And it feels like, the 4th of July, the independence, that I get to live a life of freedom and share that with other people once they really understand what it's about, that they have the opportunity to really be part of a family and a community and be free and share something of value with people, and a business that goes along with it that can be life affirming and life freeing. Anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to share. It's a very simple thing. I know we all know this, but I'm just on the 4th of July wanting to bring up that part of it.
Well, thank you so much, Kai. And you enjoy your Independence Day evening. I'm sure you're in for quite the fireworks show tonight, as most US cities celebrate as they did in Canada on July 1. So thanks again, Kai. And for those of you that don't know, Kai Jacobson is my personal sponsor in Lifewave. He's been with the company for 19 years from the very beginning when it all began with David Schmidt. And he approached me in 2019. He called me from the cruise, and it was wonderful talking to him from the cruise, but my energy wasn't there. I wasn't focused on it, and I had to make several calls to me before I finally accepted the invitation. And in 2020, I made the decision, March of 2020, at the beginning of the lockdowns. Okay, no more excuses. I ran out of them. I was in pain beyond your wildest imagination. I had nothing to lose. I had nothing to give for an excuse anymore. I started Lifewave, and my life has changed dramatically in those 3 years. Yeah, we have our ups, we have our lows, but you know what? In the grand scheme of things, it's been absolutely amazing what these patches, what this photo light therapy has done. So I'm real thankful that Kai was persistent and never once gave up on me. And here we all are. Again, thank you, Kai, for that persistence and keeping up. But today I want to dive into, we're going to do some things different today. We're going to have lots of short testimonies, and I didn't welcome you, Margaret and Karl, yet. You came late, so welcome to the webinar. We're going to hear from both Margaret and Karl tonight as well on the short testimony that we're going to feature tonight. So we're going to hear from multiple people here tonight, so it's going to be really good. But I want to start off tonight with something that Robin and Gregory and Kai and myself have really started doing and thinking, and that is to work locally, but to think globally. And what I mean by that, well, we're all in a community, whether I'm in Playa del Carmen, whether I'm in Canada here, you work within your local community. And Hanna and myself, we do it constantly. We're out and about in Playa del Carmen. We work locally, but we still think globally. No different than what I'm doing in Canada right now. I'm working in the local community, supporting the people that are here, but I'm thinking globally. I've been back in Canada 4 weeks, as Hanna has been in the Philippines for 4 weeks now. And in the 4 weeks, not to put myself on a pedestal or pat myself on the back, but I brought 5 new people in. First person I brought in was Diamond when I got back here. And then I brought in a gold, and then I brought in a few silvers. 2 of them from Canada, 2 of them from the United States, and 1 from Ireland. So working locally, thinking globally, and expanding your list of where you may have connections. And even if you have no connections in a particular country, like I have no connections in Ireland personally in my network, and all of a sudden I've got someone from an ad I put on Facebook, just pre-marketing sort of like, hey, we're moving into South Korea. It's our next country we're opening up. Who knows anybody in South Korea? And I have had several requests from people said, hey, you know what? I know people in South Korea. And I'm like, great, and my friend in Ireland, I'm like, why don't we get you started and have you sponsor the people in South Korea when we do open up there? And yeah, that's a great idea. So he joined. But when I'm locally here, I've been sitting around a campfire at Karl's house last night, and we were with Roger and Karola a couple nights ago, Canada Day. They went to the fireworks display, and we're chatting up Lifewave, enjoying our time, having a barbecue, and just enjoying the holidays. That's what we're in right now. But I'm really proud of my team and everybody that is consistently sharing the message of Lifewave. Whether you're working locally or you're thinking globally, it's a very, very wise idea. We're going to have some really good testimonies tonight. And I know Bruce Thompson just signed into the Lifewave, or into our success team as well. Our pickleball champ of Playa del Carmen. We're going to hear a bit from him tonight as well. And I want to open it up today by just getting a testimony. First of all, we're going to start it off with my fiance, Hanna, who, again, I'm very proud of. 2 new people she just sponsored today or yesterday in her world, Philippines, 12, 13 hours ahead of us. So, Hanna, if you could unmute yourself, I would love for you to share a little bit about Lifewave and your experience.
Hi, hello to everyone. This is good morning here, and I know in the other side of the world, it's good evening. So I am happy to welcome my classmate. She's my classmate 40 years ago, the 2 of them. I signed up them yesterday. So Sharmina is with us. So thank you, Sharmina, for joining with us here. She is under Shy Enterprise. So for now, I will be sharing with my experience about the Lifewave patches. So I know most of you know that my vision um, becomes so clear since I started using the X39 and the other patches. So it continued to be clear as I continue to use also the patches. And the other thing is the general health, where before using the Lifewave, the coughing, colds, every year I have to go many times a year, maybe 3 to 4 times a year. I have to go for consultation because you need to use antibiotics to cure to take care the colds and the cough. But since 2020 of June, I never go for any consultation to any doctor, and I never use any more medicine for medication. Then the motion sickness that I experienced for travel, it disappeared. As every time I travel, long travel, I just have to patch Aeon to my belly here, and no more puking or whatever. Then the other thing is the allergy of eating seafoods. Imagine after eating seafoods, 3 hours after, you will have so many rashes. But since I use the glutathione and continue with the continued use of X39, those experience that I have to my health, no more rashes, no more allergies of eating seafood. So now I can enjoy as much seafoods as I want with the continued use of the patches. So that's my testimony on my general health with the Lifewave patches. And I'm very glad that I have this, you continue to use this. Sometimes I told to anyone that I will try to introduce the patches. They said, "Oh, that's very expensive." But I told them, "But what about if you will go to the doctor and you will be confined to the hospital? How much you will spend? You will spend more 50,000, 100,000 because of your confinement. But this one, you will have a great health for yourself. So you just spend budget your some amount to this for you to be able to avoid those taking medicine." That's what I shared to my friends and to other contacts that I have. That's all.
Wonderful.
Thank
You,
you.
Hannah. Thank you for sharing that. And Shy Enterprises, welcome to the webinar. Your first time attending a success team call. So it's great to have you in our company. Great to have you with us. I know when I met Hannah 6 years ago, she had thick glasses on, 30 years as a math teacher. I mean, that takes its toll on your eyes. It's reading little print, and I didn't know her any other way than with glasses on. And it was 2 months later, it's like, "Honey, where are your glasses?" And I mean, I don't need them anymore. I can see clearly. I have 20/20 vision back. It's like, wow, that's incredible. So she's got a great testimony, and she loves to share, whether she's in the Philippines or she's in Mexico. So thank you, Hannah, for that. And we're going to move right along. We've got quite a few testimonies tonight, and we've got my wonderful friend Karl Krebs, who's been with us for a couple of years, went to the Lifewave convention with myself and Kai Jacobson in 2021, and guess what? We're going again. 2023. We've got our tickets booked, and we are good to go. And it's going to be a great time meeting David Schmidt again, David Jumper, our uplines, and everybody. So, Karl, if you unmute yourself, we're going to hear a little.
All ready to go
from you, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, Pete. And it's been great getting together with you nightly on the patio. You with your coffee, myself with a cold beer or whatever choice beverage, and just talking about the potential, because some things have really changed in this market. He's got his coffee again.
Tim Hortons.
There you go. Timmy's poster child. This thing that you said about, working locally and thinking globally is something that, has been bantered about a bit. And for some people that are not into network marketing as long as yourself and Kai, it kind of seems daunting. How do I do that? And I want to make a simple suggestion on that, because it came to me when I signed up a lovely brand partner just a few weeks ago, Rodine Isfield. She's not on the call tonight, but she came through an American contact that she had heard about Lifewave, and somehow between us, we became acquainted, and she signed up, and it's great to see that. But here's the thing. In working locally in our market, which is still somewhat under a lockdown, when we connect with people, the next question is, and who do you know? Insurance people are famous for that. They always want to sell you a policy and then find out who else you know that you might have that opportunity with. And so I think, in our market, we want to be thinking outside this market. We want to know, who do you know outside of Canada that would benefit from it? Everyone will suggest somebody locally, but it's important to ask them, who do you know outside of Canada that could benefit from using X39? After all, we're in 75 countries around the world, and that somehow hits them differently. So we got to be prospecting in their backyard and asking for contacts. And of course, when we're about, as was mentioned earlier, Pete, have something in your hand, something maybe like this, simple card, on this side. I printed these up years ago. I have them on me now all the time to hand out to somebody to say, I may be able to help you with whatever there is that they're expressing that they have difficulty with. And it starts a conversation, because rarely are we meeting anybody that isn't themselves suffering from some sort of condition or a loved one. And that creates opportunity. And that's where we have to go. We have to be ready to give an example and the hope that we have with Lifewave, because if it's unique properties, it's unique position in the market, everything about Lifewave is unique. And that gives us an incredible opportunity. So I'm looking forward to our event, just to plug it here on the call for 30 seconds. This Saturday at a local restaurant here, we have some good confirmations of new people. We encourage our brand partners to come, but bring a guest. Please bring a guest so that we make it the most of that event. But I already in my mind, I have 4 people coming, 2 have committed to signing up. They're just waiting to be at that event. We can create those opportunities by having little events and in-home meetings and such. But to be able to get outside this market, where the bigger market is to be able to sign somebody up possibly here, bring them into our community, and then say, who do you know that is outside of Canada that would benefit? Because they often think, oh, I'll tell my friend, and that's good too. But developing this global attitude and global thinking, we have to be mining for it and asking for it. So that's what I have to contribute. Thank you for giving me the time, Pete.
Well, thank you so much, Karl. It's been great sitting around the bonfire on the patio and the backyard, having a barbecue and all the things that we've shared, along with Margaret, who's been a wonderful host there, and just a great meal prepare. Oh my gosh, the salads and things that she's prepared for us have been amazing. And her persistence in Lifewave and continuing to share the message with everyone that she comes in contact with. The other day I went to the grocery store, our local co-op here, and there's Margaret talking Lifewave to someone as I'm walking in to buy a few grocery items for my Uncle Gerhard here, because he had some downtime with his surgery, and I'm chatting with Margaret and her prospect, and she does this everywhere, so it's really good. But before I turn it over to Margaret, I just want to share one thing really quickly here in regards to potential announcement coming from Lifewave Corporate. It should come by this coming weekend. It's not confirmed yet, and I don't want to jump the gun and say anything here, but I did have a conversation with David Jumper very briefly, and also Robin and Gregory, and they mentioned it that we are looking very, very good for opening the market back up in Canada in August. We don't have a date yet, so don't hold us accountable here yet. We can't officially say this, but off the record, we're looking good for Canada. Just so you guys know, it is coming back, and there's no question about that. So, Margaret, if you would be so kind and unmute yourself, we're working on our short testimonies. So Margaret's got a 2-minute testimonial that she wants to share tonight. So unmute yourself and share with us, Margaret, please.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to share my story, what I have all gone through with my Lifewave and how that had helped me. So yes, I have no more on blood pressure pills, and I'm not having the other pills. I got off of all of my pills, and I am just so healthy now that I'm just so happy with this, that I have ever tried this. So yeah, that's amazing what that Lifewave can do, and that's what I like to share with other people, what that does. That's why I hope that they can be interesting in sharing that too, and get out of the pain. So that's what my story is.
Perfect. Thank you, Margaret. And I've known you a lot of years. I mean, we go way back. And I remember before Lifewave, and you didn't touch on it today, let's just call it some scarring that you had, just for the record, on your cheek. And it was pretty bad when you joined Lifewave. Maybe you can talk 30 seconds without naming any disease names. Talk to us a little about that scarring that you had on your face and what X39 has done for you.
Well, that is in 2000 that they had that I had some surgeries done, and the doctor told me that they had to cut so deep that they cut the nerves off, and he said I would never coming back. So I would always live with this, with a numb face, half of it. And now 3 months ago, I had to go in, and they did another small surgery on me, and the doctor was just poking around on my face, and I said to him, I can't handle this, that you're poking me so much, that hurts me. And he said, what do you mean? And then I told him that, and he said, well, I could have told you that too, but I would have cost you a lot of money to get the stem cells needle. But he said, what are you doing? And he came back to me and said, what are you doing? And I said, well, I am on this X39 stem cells patches. And he said, what are you talking about? And then I showed him the patches. And then after that, then he said, okay. And then they wanted to numb it down, that they could do the surgery. And they had to do it 5 times, because I guess something was just like, I guess, so much better in my body that they had to numb it, that they could do the cut, what they were doing. So, but yeah, and I am glad that has been going away, that not many people can see it, that I have it in my face, because the X39 have done a lot to me. So I'm just so glad to
One thing, Margaret, was, I think you left out one point. The fact that you could feel meant that the nerves had grown back.
Yes, that is for sure. I forgot that. But yeah, that was for sure. I didn't know that it all of a sudden had came back, but he poked it so much. That's when I felt that the nerves are back. Yeah.
You had feeling again in the cheek, eh?
Yeah. Exactly.
I recall that story. That's amazing. That's amazing testimony that you have. You just keep sharing that, Margaret. And you're doing.
So next time, Margaret, when you have a boyfriend and he kisses you, you're going to feel it.
Very good. Thank you so much, Margaret, for sharing that. And Margaret's sponsored by Krebs, as is Roger and Karola. And Karola is next in the lineup to share a little testimony. So Karola, unmute yourself and let's share.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, hello.
My short testimony would be, like, I usually, when I have the monthly thing that women always get when they're still younger, I always had quite a chronic pain. I already had left painkillers, but I still had a pain. So the other day I was listening to David Schmidt, and he said, just put Eon below the belly button. So that's what I did. And lo and behold, 5 minutes later, the pain was gone. So that's my short on the Eon, but I still had the X39 too. So that's a huge game changer for myself as well.
Excellent, Karola. Thank you so much for that short testimony. You guys are doing amazing, and just the sharing is caring. So the more of that you do, the larger your network grows. And Roger, her husband. I'm not sure if he's in a place. He was going to give a short testimony too. Roger, if you're available, I know you're driving right now. Are you parked? If you're available, unmute yourself, say hello. If not, then I will just take it you are not in a place where you can speak, and I'll move it over to Peter Langelaar here. Okay, I don't see Roger unmuting himself. So Peter,
Hey,
unmute yourself
hello.
and say
Pete.
hello and share with us, please, Peter.
Hello, Pete.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Doing
Yeah,
well.
I had someone from Australia here in Mexico, close to my place. It's a mother of a friend of mine, and this friend was already using like glutathione, and her mother has like colitis ulcerosa, colitis. And I advised her to use the Eon and the X39. And within 4 weeks, she didn't have to stay at home close to the toilet, This is amazing, in 4 weeks. So, yeah, it was like, wow. Every time it surprises me where Lifewave can contribute to our health, especially for people that have chronic inflammation. So I advised her to use the Eon and the X39 together. That was 4 weeks. She said, I'm so happy I can go to trips and this kind of things. So she went to Chichen Itza and some other places, what she never could do, that gave her freedom. So on the 4th of July, to end with this small story, freedom is what we all want, and not being limited in our, where to move. Okay, thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Peter. You've done an amazing job at sharing. And I just want to say a special congratulations to Peter, as he has sponsored a gentleman last year, I think it was. He's the #1 preferred customer sign up. Like, there's 2 people in my entire network that have the top numbers. Judy Friesen and Peter Langelaar sponsored Tony Sayers, and he won the trip to Greece. And over here it was Aruba. Over in his region it was Greece. So he earned the trip as well, and he just done an amazing job just sharing through his YouTube channel and sharing the power of the patch to people. And he's highly successful with the preferred customer program. And I see the people that are really sharing the preferred customer program. There's many people that Kai was telling me that didn't even have a big network. They had small networks. And even Robin and Gregory said this, and they were winning the trips to Aruba. They were there, and all they were doing is sharing the preferred customer program with their people. It's an amazing program to share. And I encourage everyone that is not sharing that preferred customer program to really share it. So we've got Bruce Thompson on the webinar here as well. So Bruce and Playa del Carmen, come on and share with us a little bit about your pickleball experience. This guy's been amazing. He just got back from Canada, from Playa del Carmen, from Canada. And I put David Schmidt's pickleball story in the Lifewave Success team room. Those of you that haven't listened to it, he's talking about the pickleball community and how people in the pickleball community are reaching out and being highly successful. That's why I put it in there, because we've got our local pickleball champion here from Playa del Carmen in the house. So Bruce, share your story, if you will, please.
Well, thanks for the compliments, Pete. I'm doing well in pickleball, but I don't know if I'm a champ yet, but enjoying life again. And I always was involved in sports growing up, whether it was hockey or ball. And as I was getting older, I just couldn't do it anymore. Bones breaking, knees, arms. I guess the energy level wasn't there anymore. And once I got on to the X39, I think about a year ago today is when I started playing pickleball, and really enjoyed it. I wasn't hurting anymore. I wasn't taking Advil every morning anymore. Had the energy, had the, just feeling good after doing it. Recovery was amazing. Every day I was playing 3 hours a day out in the Playa del Carmen Heat and doing it every day, getting up in the morning, feeling good. And so it's really changed my life in something that I enjoyed, which is sports, playing sports especially. And yeah, it's given me the determination, focus. I've started using X49 also, so I'm sure that's helped on recovery. Like yesterday, I got back to Playa and played pickleball. Hadn't played a lot in Canada. I was there for 2 months because I was working there. And I played 3 hours in the morning. In the afternoon, I went to the beach swimming. 5 o'clock, I went to Puerto Adventuras, played 2 hours there, and woke up this morning feeling great. Whereas 2 years ago, I'd probably be down for a week or two. So I guess another little story I'll tell you is I was playing pickleball in Canada, playing indoors, and the lady I was partnered with, we were playing, a ball was popped up. I'd gone to spike it, and she was at the same time, and I ended up spiking her wrist. And pretty much immediately it started swelling. She quit the match because it was hurting. So I just thrown an X39 on in the morning. I had actually put it on my just below my belly button there. So I said, "Hey, I got something for you." So I lift up my shirt and people are like, "What do you got?" So I ended up pulling my X39 off, put it on the injury where I'd hit her because it was swollen, hurting her, threw it on, used the Band-Aid to make sure that it stuck on there. And half an hour later, as she was sitting there, I said, "How are you feeling?" She says, "Well, feels pretty good. Pain's gone, Well, that night, she's like, "I don't know what that is in that little patch," she says, "but it's amazing. My hand doesn't hurt. The swelling's not there. It's a little bruised, but wow." Next day, same thing. She says, like, "Wow, that patch is amazing. I don't know what's in it," but she had a picture of her arm and there was no swelling, no bruising. And I've done that myself on injuries. I've had to put it directly on the injury, and it's amazing how well it heals and feels after putting the patch on. So that's my short testimony on my pickleball career. But
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bruce. And how many gold? 1 gold, and what is it? A gold, a bronze, a silver, or what is it?
2 golds, a silver, and 2 bronze.
A gold and a silver and 2 bronze.
2 golds. Come on.
Oh, come on, 2 golds. Get it right, Pete. Eh? Wonderful. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Pickleball is a fun sport, and it's when I want to focus and be competitive, I have that, seem to be able to endure, especially when you're playing in 33-degree heat with humidity. It's
exactly
on a lot of people, and I was seeing a lot of people go down and just from dehydration and not feeling well. And I'm still not in the best shape of my life. I'm a little overweight, but I just seem to be able to last a lot longer and feel better.
But you're so much more athletic than when I first met you and put the first patch on you. What a difference.
Yeah,
I mean, the weight you lost, the athletic performance you have, and you're also enrolling preferred customers as of recent, which has been really awesome to see. I've been pretty proud of you with the preferred customer program and your numbers. And Bruce was always willing to share and trying to sign up distributors. Never had too much success, and but all of a sudden he started sharing the preferred customer program, and he started getting the people interested at pickleball. And that's a great way to share Lifewave, even if they don't want to join as a brand partner or distributor, as we would call it. Talk to them about the preferred customer program. So great results with that. So again, Bruce, thank you for sharing that.
I hope does open up in Canada soon, because I've got some prospects there that are, especially that lady that I patched, that are, looking to experiment and to try the X39 and
yeah,
what we can do for them. So hopefully that does open up in Canada soon. I can get things.
This will be interesting, very interesting. I can't say it for sure, but we've got some good news coming our way very shortly. So already, I want to just say thank you to everyone for attending. I'm going to turn it back to Kai for some closing words here, and then we'll stay on for a Q&A, and we'll do some question and answer here, but we'll stop the recording after we hear some final words of wisdom from my sponsor and my best friend, Kai Jacobson in Puerto Rico.
Well, thanks, Pete. Boy, I love these testimonies. They're just really relaxed and authentic. And, and the truth is the patches just are, they touch so many different places in our lives. I mean, they're really generally just make everything better. It's really pretty simple. It's so easy to use too. You just stick it on and you don't just swallow anything. And it just starts healing every part of our bodies. For me, my eyesight has gotten much better, and just so many different things, my energy level, and when I had a cold, I just would put it right on these glands. I used the ice wave and a glutathione right in my throat there, and the whole thing kind of went away in a day or two. It was pretty amazing, just getting a cold. So these patches are just really pretty amazing. But it's just a great family. So I guess what I'd like to share is one of the things that I love about what we're doing. One of the people I work with, Gregory and Robin, I love what Gregory says. He said there's a lot of businesses out there, and there are a lot of opportunities out there. And some of them are good. Some of them are really good. And some of them aren't so good, but there are a lot of good opportunities out there. But there are very few homes. And Lifewave really can be a home for people. And what I mean by a home is it's a really good community. We don't have to say ours is better than theirs. You get in essential oils or in the different fruit drinks or all, the different enzymes and vitamins, well, mine are better. Mine have this refinement, this and that. I don't like that conversation. What I really like about Lifewave is we have a very unique product. It's this patch that works on turning on the circuits in your body. There's no company that has anything like that. And we're patented, and we have clinical studies showing it. We offer unconditional guarantee. So I just love being part of a community where we have something special to offer that's different and works synergistically with just about anything else. If you're taking supplements or different, fruit juices or CBDs, these patches will enhance the results of anything else. So they work on the switches in the body. And it's kind of like a car. You need the spark plug to kind of has that spark, but you also need to put gas in the car to have it go forward. And ours is like the spark plugs. Ours is working on the switch and the electrical system of the body. And it's really a great community. And David's a great inventor, great leader, great owner. It's been around a long time. It's a home that people can really make a home and lean into. And it's kind of like, for me, I've been in a lot of companies over the years, and this is like my final swan dance kind of thing. It's like I don't have to go looking around for another opportunity or another deal. This is something you can really lean into, and it'll take all that energy and give it back to you. So welcome to the family.
Thank you so much, Kai. Really appreciate you even taking the time out and being with us today. That was unexpected, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's always a pleasure having you with us and hearing from you. And in closing, I just want to share one last thing. When Hanna and I left Playa del Carmen, the Sargasso, and Sargasso translated to English as seaweed. The seaweed levels were really, really high. And we had a very early Sargasso season in Playa del Carmen, and I suffer immensely every year that the Sargasso season. So I have to get out of Playa del Carmen. We live oceanfront. And when you live near the ocean, even if they're cleaning up the beaches, it affects me mentally, physically, emotionally. And I had a real struggle with my health. I lost 20 pounds, and I was fighting the Sargasso and fighting that methane gas and the odor. And it was just going downhill real quick. So I knew I had to get out of Mexico. I had to get away from the ocean. And it happens to me every year. I've been living in Belize for 8 years prior to that. It was the same thing there. And it's the same thing in Playa del Carmen. When the Sargasso season hits, it affects me badly. And I was patched up, and I got out of there. And at the moment I'm back in a place like Canada, where I'm not near any Sargasso, and I'm doing another glutathione detox. The moment I got back here, I gained 10 pounds back in the 1 month I've been here. And of the 20 I lost, I got a ways to go yet, but the detox of glutathione and the Eon patch on, controlling the inflammation, the pain, and the things that I've suffered from. And of course, always the X39 on the C7 pressure point in the back. It's just been a real blessing for me. And as it has been for my fiance, Hanna. I mean, we just love this business. I mean, I've sold a lot of things in my time. I've been in network marketing for 30 plus years. And I've never seen a business so simple. Like, this is my inventory. This is my main article here, the X39. And of course, I've got from Robin and Gregory's Live Younger community. I don't know if you can see that. That's an insulated pouch, and it has my sample patches in it. And I can carry this in my car. I've got business cards in there. I've got a sample patch in there that I use for myself, and I patch the people that I come across with. I mean, if I'm in 3-foot radius of you and you're remotely friendly, I'm going to talk to you about Lifewave. I'm just going to do that. And I may get a yes, I may get a no, I may get a not interested, and that's okay. Next, I'll just keep moving. Next. And it's amazing. This is my inventory. I used to lug $20,000 of product in my vehicle from mall to mall, from town to town, and I'd have 1,000 pounds of product that I'd have to set up at trade fairs and shows. This is my inventory right now and my computer, and I will walk around, drive around, fly around, and I share the magic, and we get paid every Tuesday. Today was payday again on Lifewave. You gotta love that model when you really sit back and think about it. Just talk, share, be passionate, be authentic, and share the magic. And it's amazing what you can harvest. What you sow, you will reap, you will harvest. So this is an amazing business for very unfortunate times. This is the right product in very unfortunate times with all that's happened over the past 3 years. I love this business model. It's absolutely amazing. So with that said, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy July 4th night to be with us here on the call. We're going to end the recording and we'll stay for Q&A if anybody has any questions. So again, thanks so much. Get back to the person that shared this recording with you if you're watching it on YouTube, and just ask them how you can get started with your X39 experience. Have a wonderful night, everyone.